I've got this idea that I'm going to release a series of videos, mainly because I can't really film much at the moment. One of them was going to be, this is why you should put yourself out your comfort zone. This is why you should go on adventures. Because, man, if you can help people get out of a hole, and maybe people who are a bit lost in life, kind of down and out, no direction, why not help them? I think that'd be a great thing to do, because I've been there. I was in a bit of a rut really when I was in my early 20s, just bumming around, smoking weed and just doing nothing with my days. So, I'd like to help people, definitely sort of see the light, if you like, put themselves out their comfort zone, because I do believe that's the best quick fire way for you to just feel alive again and feel proud of yourself and feel like, oh yeah, I do belong on this earth, and I can do worthwhile things. Just go on a big, massive adventure and camp out in the rain and be shivering and be like, oh God, this is awful. This is desperate. And then get through it. And then the next day when the sun comes out, you just feel amazing. But I guess it's not for everyone.
It's a hard ones, and things that work for us don't always work for everyone, I've kind of realized. And you have to go to people on their own terms as such. But there's a lot of people that just need a bit more of a push to realize how good it would be if they kind of did take a bit more adventure. Because people are often kind of waiting for sort of validation that they can do something. And you kind of need to learn yourself that you can do things, and having the opportunities to do stuff before you think you're ready is where you learn the most usually.
Yeah, you've got to make it happen for yourself for sure. But it's good to have guidance.
Is there anything that if you were to impart wisdom upon people, this would be the one thing they should know?
It's always important to be conscious. It's hard to ignore the struggle that a lot of people go through today with mental health. Whilst answering your question, it's hard to kind of ignore that, because I've struggled with that in the past. There's no bigger struggle than that, depression and things like that. So there is always a way out of those dark holes you can find yourself in life. You may not know it at the time, but there's a reason that you're there. There's a reason that you're in that hole. I think with a large number of young men lacking in direction and lacking in kind of knowing who they are, and with the right people around you and love from other people, and with the right decisions that you can make and the right attitude, you can claw yourself out of it and do great things and be happy. That's quite deep, but I do believe that, because I have been there, and so far so good. I'm all right these days. If I can teach other people that that's possible, then that's what I'll do. I think that's a very valuable thing. You can ride it out. Consciousness is really important. I mean, I'm no bloody Russell Brand kind of spiritual guru yet. The beard's got a few inches to grow yet. But I've definitely learned over the years, very recently really, that being conscious is your ticket out of some really sticky holes in life. I think part of the reason I was depressed when I was kind of sort of 18, 19 was I just assumed that, oh, this is me, this is who I am, and I'm destined for this. And then when you think like that, you just spiral down and down, and those negative thoughts just continue. But if you're conscious of why you might be feeling that way, and that your emotions are linked to your actions and your feelings and all that, and your thoughts, then that's your ticket out. And being conscious, and well, it comes with experience, I guess, in life.
Besides having the faith that things would get better, how did you actually get out of your problems?
I think it happened over a long period. I think I had it quite bad, and then I just sort of dusted myself off one day and got a job. That was the first job I got, working behind a bar at the Toby Carvery. And I think it's funny, because I wasn't even conscious at the time that I was doing it, but I must have made a conscious decision to go in there and be really nice to everyone and just make the best impression possible. Just be really chatty and really exuberant, really nice, because I just figured that's going to put me in good stead. And that's the positive way to approach life. And maybe that will come back to me. Maybe I'll get that back and I'll be happy again. But it still went on. I still struggled with it for a few years. Then one day I just realized, I think I was about 23, 24. I realized that it was just this pattern in my head, and that these negative thoughts, I kind of just captured it there and was like, that's it. It's just come about there. I just noticed it. And I somehow managed to nip them in the bud, and touch wood, I've been able to just nip those negative patterns in the bud. And that was without ever going to a doctor or anything. I decided that was not the way to go. And then from there, just making decisions like not doing drugs. I've got Verity now. May well have slipped back into some kind of hole without her. She's like a real rock in my life. And yeah, I think that helps having a companion, definitely as you get older and older.